Hey, everybody, welcome to Mid-America Dirt. I'm Skip, and I am super excited to be joined by Tyler Magee. Tyler, you are the co-founder
Co-founder.
and
Yeah.
co-founder
Yeah.
of the Revival uh, Super Dirt Series,
Yeah.
correct?
Yes. Yeah. Me and my brother started it up, and technically it formally got announced in 2023. Our first season was in 2024. We had about between me and we had about, I think, 15 or maybe 17 events scheduled that first year. Lots of rainouts happen, it just part of being in racing. And that so I think we only got 10 in. And then this year we jumped it up to, I think we had 27, 28 events scheduled. And I think we will get in 16 or 17, so
Okay.
I think our goal next year is to shoot for like 32 and hopefully get 20. You know?
Nice.
like like
Nice.
yeah, shoot for the goal, shoot for the moon, but then know you're gonna have tons of rainouts. But
Yeah.
we've talked about that to some racers, and they were like, well, yeah, you'll schedule 32 and we won't get an ounce of rain next year and run all 32 of
Yeah.
them. I was like,
Hey,
well,
that'd be all right.
yeah, that'd be all right too.
Yeah.
So
That'd be
yeah, no,
super
we'll just
cool.
see what happens.
So for people who don't know, you are partly responsible for me doing what I'm doing right now
Yeah.
because I called you on a Friday. I think it was right at the end of May
Yeah. Yeah.
when I decided I wanted to try to do this. And
Yeah.
I called Creek County and saw that you guys were going to be down there. And they said, Revival rented the track. So you need to
Yeah.
talk to, and they gave me your,
Yeah.
name and number and stuff.
Yep.
And I knew who you were because I'd paid attention to Revival. So I called you up and asked you if you minded if I came over there in the pits, and you said, "Yeah, come on,
Yeah.
uh, just
Yeah.
get in there and do whatever you want." And I'm like,
Yeah.
"All right." So you got me going on this.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I like the pitch you gave me of what you wanted to do is the same thing we're doing. You wanted to get the fans back there, show them what's important about dirt racing, and grow the sport again. And that's the same thing we're
Yep,
trying to do with late model racing, especially here in Kansas and Oklahoma. It's gone
yep,
for so many years where it's kind of declined or just been stagnant and not tried to improve itself over here in Kansas and Oklahoma. And we wanted to come out and be a series that started to build those names again. And I think that's the biggest thing is you haven't had names in the Kansas and Oklahoma area for late models in several years. Like the last big name for like regional racing out of Kansas would be like Albuquerque, kind of thing. So
yep,
it's been a while since you've had that dominant person out of this area, but also that comes to the fact that you have to have quality racers coming into the state racing up against these guys to build that dominant racer. That person that
right,
can come from here and go race other places and beat other people. So it's one of
yep,
those, it's a catch 22 where you got to pull people from other places, but then also build up what you have here. So
yep,
and I think we've done a pretty good job at that of getting guys from Missouri and Arkansas and Oklahoma, or Missouri and Arkansas, to come over here and race in Oklahoma and Kansas, and start
right,
getting those competitions going and building those rivalries and everything. But it's still going to take time. You
sure,
still don't have like you still don't have, oh, that namesake person, kind of thing. So you just gotta keep building it and everything like that until the names start sticking, like a Kylan Garner, like a Chris
yeah,
Bragg. Once that name is
yep,
like a household name, that's what we're trying to do, is make those household names, a Brandon
right,
Conkright. So yeah,
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 and for sure, Colin Garner should be a household name because
yeah,
that dude is good. He is a
yeah,
good racer. I mean,
yeah,
you've got good racers in there. I mean,
yeah,
you do. And when I saw you over at Creek County, I mean, you did. You had Arkansas drivers over there,
yes,
Oklahoma. There were guys out of Colorado there,
yep, yep,
Kansas. I mean,
yep.
that was pretty cool, man, to see everybody coming in like that for a
Oh yeah,
race. It was really
yeah.
neat.
Yeah, that's what the Colorado drivers surprise me. I'll be honest, they'll travel and they don't care. they'll travel
Right.
anywhere to race. Like last year, we had a few Colorado guys come and hit us race with us at Humboldt and Wichita. They're like, "Well, it's on the way back. If we hit Humboldt, you're headed back our way when you go over to Wichita." So they were like, "Yeah, we were just going to come over," and it was. I think they said 9 hour drive over to Humboldt just for a
Yeah.
2 night weekend, and they wanted to come do it, kind of thing. So,
Yeah.
it's a weird thing. Like racing out there in Colorado is weird. So they like to travel, So yeah,
Yeah, it's well, I mean, I had a girl on here from New Mexico,
yeah,
Ashley Buck, and she was
yeah,
talking about hitting some of your races next year. And
yep,
then they're coming out of, down there at Roswell. So I
yep,
mean, they do that. Those people out west, I mean,
yeah, yeah.
it's a long drive for them to race, and they'll do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. It's one of those things out there is there's only a few tracks in those areas. So if you want to really get a lot of racing in, you kind of have to, and not all at the same track, you kind of have to travel, and that's the
Yeah,
sad thing about as you get farther west in the United States, like you kind of lose a lot of the racing crowd here in the Kansas, Oklahoma area comparatively to what you have in the East, kind of thing.
yeah,
So, like, we're kind of the border of what's primary racing territory. Once you get to Colorado and New Mexico and everything like that, you really don't hit another big racing crowd until you get to California, where they have
right.
I know they have sprint car series and late model series out there in California, but there's really nothing big in the Rocky Mountain Range area, kind of
Right.
thing. Which makes sense. There's
Yeah.
probably not enough flat land to have racetracks, but you know, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
They do get pretty sparse, the tracks do out that way. I know that.
yeah,
So, I mean, even she was talking about that. But yeah, man, I have seen some good racing with Revival
yeah,
this year. I have.
yeah,
It has been a blast. I've seen I think a couple at Monet.
yeah,
And I don't remember where else right off the top of my head, but I know at least two there. The one at
yeah,
Creek County. Um,
yeah,
and it has been good racing. It really has.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
I was
No,
super pumped
it's
about
been
that. And it,
yeah, it's been very competitive all season long. I think we've had 8 different winners this year, lots of last lap passes for lead wins and everything like that. Like, yeah, no, it's been a very, very competitive season. And the thing that I stand on is like we were up at Lake Ozark a few back in September, the last weekend in September, and we were up there and we had Dylan McCowan show up, who was running World of Outlaws, ran Summer Nationals, and the guys running with us were right there with him, so
yeah,
there's quality talent there, and it's just we need to do as best as we can to show the world that this is quality talent and can compete against anybody that you show. And I think we're going to do that at
yeah,
Texas. I think there's going to
yeah,
be a high quality car count at Texas, and it's gonna be a
yeah.
great race. So
I am
yeah,
super pumped about Texas. I'm going
yeah,
to tell you right now,
yeah,
super pumped about it.
yeah,
I can't wait for that. But
yeah,
yeah, you're right. I mean, good talent, and
yeah,
this is just as much racing country as it is anywhere else. I don't care what anybody says.
yeah,
We're in racing country
yeah,
over here.
yeah, yeah,
Especially for late models. I mean, big time late model stuff's been going on here since back in the day. I mean,
yeah,
and
yeah,
it's I like to see a lot more of it.
yeah. Well,
But
and
let's go to this. Go ahead.
what I was gonna say, I don't think Jacob and I, when we started this series, realized how crucial we would be this early in the game. Like when we started this, MLRA was still alive and kicking, kind of thing. And you
Right.
had Four State there, and there really wasn't anything in Kansas, but you had Sooner in Oklahoma, you had Comp Cans coming into Kansas and Oklahoma, and we didn't. Again, no one knew what happened with MLRA was going to happen. So
Right.
us being here and being as crucial a part as we were, if we weren't there and established and having races in Missouri this year, you probably only have actual late model races total
Yeah.
without us in the state of Missouri on a
Yeah.
series basis, kind of thing. And
Yeah.
and
You're
at
right.
that, it would be been just the comp cans races and the Lucas Oil late model series shows, kind of
Yeah.
so it it was it was almost a blessing that we started when we did just for what happened afterwards, for the late model world. That kind of would have I don't it the MLRA going away definitely hurt us, and say that because you saw a lot of the high quality drivers switch out of late models to modifieds when that happened, that lived in Missouri, but, um but also it then helped us because we were able to pick up a few more races in the state of Missouri because of that.
Yeah.
But again, y you need an MLRA. You need that. That's your step between regional racing and a national series. Those guys that were in that series were national level talent that were running a regional series, and you need that, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, and it's
Yeah, and that's mostly a money thing too, and money and
yeah,
work. A lot of these guys have to work a job, and
yeah,
don't have the millions of dollars behind them like those teams do. To be able
yeah,
to just run off and go travel all over the country. So it is good, and that's one of the things I like about your series is you hit tracks too that you hit local tracks. I mean,
yeah,
you were at Creek County, which is
yeah,
awesome. I
yeah,
mean, you were at Monette. That was
yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
Um, I think it's awesome to get those local tracks that those, big ones aren't going to come to.
Yeah, no, and I think that's where we kinda stepped in originally, was for these tracks that couldn't afford the MLRA purse or the comp cans purse. A lot of these tracks can't afford that 5,000 to 10,000 to win range show. So we had to come in and basically be somewhere, and we knew we can't like, again, there's series in their area that run for 1,000 to win, but that doesn't make sense for the driver, it doesn't make like, at 1,000 to win, the winner's really not even breaking out even. They might break out even on a
Right.
weekend, kind of thing. But so that's where, and again, this is where Jacob being a racer and founding this whole thing helps out because he's like, here's my costs. This is what it takes to go run. This is what we need to do with the purse to make it make sense, but not go too high where it doesn't make sense for these smaller tracks, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So that's what, like, our purse is low enough we can get a Nevada that that can only hold 800 to 900 people. We can go to a Butler, we can go to a Caney Valley, we can go to a Creek County. These places that can't hold a large amount of people that that even they can actually make money on a late model show, but you're still getting the quality talent to those shows.
Right. And getting late models in front of people, which
Oh
is
yeah,
really important.
yeah,
I
yeah,
think. I think it's
yeah,
really important.
yeah.
Um, Tyler, let's go to this. How do you come from a racing family?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So we're me and my brother are third generation racers. My grandpa on my mom's side and my grandma on my mom's side owned Caney Valley Speedway, still own Caney Valley Speedway. My grandpa's
Okay.
passed away, but my grandma still owns the track. She leases it out to the Gorbies, and that's who promotes the racetrack right now in Caney. On the other side, my grandpa on my dad's side, he raced for years up, and he was originally from Kansas City area, so he was racing like the old Lakeside track in Kansas City and all those tracks up there, and then moved down here when my dad was young, and when I was little, he actually was the tow truck driver at Caney. So basically, my dad's side and my mom's side were working at the track when I was growing up. My I
That's
remember my
awesome.
dad I remember my dad race. I remember and like I don't ever remember him racing at Caney. There used to be a track in Coffeyville, Kansas called State Line Speedway, and I
I've heard of
remember
that
him
place.
racing there because I remember him winning all the time, and we had I had the trophies in my room from him winning, kind of thing. My dad and my mom met at the track at Caney, kind of thing. That's where they first met. And then I raced for probably 3 or 4 years in high school and college, and then I went off
And
to
what were you running?
I ran pure stocks and B mods. So started off
Okay.
in a pure stock, and then was my last year was in a B mod. I haven't really drove consistently since probably 2010. I
Okay.
jumped in a car a couple times after I went up to college, went to KU, and at that point it was too much going back and forth to race kind of thing. So I kind of gave it up at that point. And then I lived in Kansas City for 10 plus years with including my years in school. And at that point, it again, if you can't be home working on a race car, it doesn't get done. It's
Right.
not fun because you're basically hurrying yourself all day Saturday to get the car together because you're not there all week. So
Yeah.
it just didn't make sense for me to race, but I would always go down and meet Jacob and my dad wherever he was racing. So there'd be nights when he jumped in a late model in I think 2013. I'd meet them I'd drive down from Kansas City and meet them at Lucas Oil Speedway or Nevada or somewhere like that from Kansas
Nice.
City,
Yeah.
help them work on the race car and stuff throughout the nights and stuff like that, and then head back to Kansas City after the weekend was over. So, um,
Yeah.
but, basically COVID happened, and when COVID happened, I got to move, my work went remote, I got to move back down here, and in 20 so 28 Jake kinda got out of late model racing for a little bit. They sold the car off and, they had 2 Longhorns at the time, they sold those off in 2016. And then 2017, 2018, and 2019, he raced just like maybe a race a year for a guy up here named Lynn Jones, also number 10. So it was kind of just an easy, just jump in the car, same number,
It
and just
worked.
go. Yeah. So he raced a couple times a year at Caney. And then in 2020, in 2019, uh, our dad passed away. And in 2020 on Father's Day, we went to Georgia and picked up the car Jake's racing from Cody Overton is who we bought it from, and it was a
Okay.
very nice piece and everything. It was his personal crate car. We went and picked it up, and that's how we got back into racing, and then uh, racing full time almost. And Jake
So what were you guys racing back then? Were you just picking and choosing, or were
Oh,
you
yeah.
running a
So,
series?
it mostly local stuff there at Caney. They were still kinda doing semi-weekly racing for late models then, and then,
Okay.
some Sooner shows, some Lucas Oil Speedway shows, kinda like that. Um,
I
and
got you.
then, um, and then in 2023 at the end of the season, as we were getting to the end of the season, Jake was like, "This just doesn't make sense." Like he's sitting down looking at the finances for his late model and everything like that. He's like, "This doesn't make sense. We're going out running for 1,000 to win. I'm not even if I run second, I'm not coming out ahead any. Like after pit passes and everything like that." He's like, "We got to do something different. We got to figure something out." And that's where the series kind of spawned off of.
Awesome.
I didn't realize how much how much work it would actually be when he said, "Let's
I
start
understand.
please." I didn't realize I was taking on a second full-time job when I did that because
Yeah.
both him and I work I work 40 to 60 hours a week on my full-time job, and then he owns his own business. So again, you know how small businesses work. He's if an employee calls off, he's working, kind of thing. So,
Right. Right. Yeah.
this is I don't think either of us realized how busy this was going to keep us. But I feel like our goal of what we were trying to do is just to improve late model racing in this area. And just us doing what we've done in the past 2 years has done that. And it's also made the series around us step up also. So
Yeah.
even if we like said today we're done, we're done. We've done what we our goal. We've improved what improved what we thought need improved and made those other people step up too. Now I'm not saying we're done. That's not we're not going to be done until probably one of us dies or something.
I gotcha.
This is this is a 5 year, 5 to 10 year plan. Like we've said from the beginning, we want to be the largest regional series in the area. That's our goal,
Yeah.
kind of thing. And
Well,
that's what we're continuing to do.
I hope so, man. I
Yeah.
really do. And it is a good series. I
Yeah.
appreciate what you do, and you do a great job promoting.
Thank you.
Um, you do something. We talked about this before, where you put out all the expected drivers
Yeah.
and where they're from, a picture
Yeah.
of their car, and
Yeah.
I think that's super important for people to see. And
Yeah.
somebody might see that's from see from the O show, and they
Yeah.
see Colin Garner from
Yeah.
Neo Show, or Chris Bragg from Springtown, Texas, or whatever. I
Yeah.
mean, they see that, maybe that gets them thinking, hey, this is the local guy. Maybe we need to go out and root
Yeah.
for this guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like how you do that.
Yeah. Well, and that's all about what we were talking about earlier. It's all about trying to make these names household names, make them out to be superheroes, want people to feel like I need to get out to see this guy race, kind of thing.
Yeah,
And there's more that we can do with that. There's more that we have planned to do with that to make it bigger. And it's almost like you have to have those names to actually draw the crowd in, kind of thing. And that's the goal, is to make it so where these guys are are the draw and it's not the series. Like I think it's gotten so much to the point where the series is promoting, like a lot of the series are just promoting themselves so much that they've forgot about the driver and forgot about creating the name behind the
yeah,
driver. So it's almost, you have to do both at the same time. You have to elevate your series, but you also have to elevate that driver so the people know who the drivers are when you're coming into town.
yeah. Absolutely, man. And I have. I've been a big fan of that. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
if I see, I try to repost all of them I
Yeah.
see, because I
Yeah.
think it's really super important.
Yeah.
Um, and everybody should do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Well, and there's
talk. Go ahead.
and there's and there's people that like that's not something new, like there's other places that do that. Like it's just not something widely done. Like even Hunt the Front, they put out a list of this is everybody that's going to be there at their races for their series races, kind of thing. So like it's not something new. It's just something that we haven't seen in this area a lot, kind of thing. So it was something we saw somebody else doing and we're like, well, it works. And
Yeah,
the thing with it too is I'm a big numbers guy. I work with Excel sheets all day long for my actual job. And I like to look at numbers, and look at the numbers on a week where we're not posting a lot on Facebook versus when we are posting a lot on Facebook. Our average views on a week of race week is like 134,000 views on our Facebook page. And
that's awesome.
that's just because of how much we post that week of drivers showing up, the flyer for the
Yep.
track, the purse, just posting all that. And then Power, start to finish, helps us with the videos and stuff like that we repost and everything. So like all of that stuff just combines and helps promote that race for that racetrack. So,
Yeah.
and again, helps promote the name of the person and everything like that, and promote the series and get it. And again, the more times a person, it's again, Facebook's all about all algorithms. So as much, if that person clicks on it once, it's more likely that they show another thing from our Facebook page that then
Yeah.
gets them hooked, and then it gets in their algorithm all the time, kind of thing. And
Yeah.
that's almost what you have to do. You can't just
Sure.
hope to post once in a week and then have that be spread out everywhere, because even if you post just once, most likely a majority of the people aren't going to see it.
Right.
So
Yeah.
you have to post multiple times, and it just helps grow that the series, the race that you're promoting, and the drivers that you're promoting for that race.
Yeah. Yeah. I am, man. I'm a big fan of it. I think it's awesome. Um, I think the first time I saw you guys was at the Dome last year. That's the first time I saw you, and I actually bought one of your T-shirts. I still got it here somewhere, but I wore it absolutely to death. So I can't like wear it on the
Yeah.
show because it's raggedy.
Yeah.
It's raggedy
Yeah.
now. But are you guys going to the Dome again this year?
Yeah, Jake got invited to the Dome this year. I actually have not been myself yet. I need to go myself.
Okay.
I keep putting it off. I'm like because my actual gets work gets super busy in the month of December. So I usually can't really take off time. But I said this year I need to go because it's a possibility with the whole invite thing that Jake doesn't get invited again, you know. So I have to go this year just in case he doesn't get invited again, you know. But that's so we'll be the thing is that makes our December super busy because the Dome is the first weekend in December. The next weekend is PRI, which is where we really talk to sponsors and everything like that. So we'll be in St. Louis the sixth. I think it's what sixth, seventh, and eighth, and then the next weekend after that will
Yeah.
be the 11th through the 13th. Will be in Indianapolis. You know, and it's just it
Yeah.
makes December crazy. Along with we're finalizing the schedule at that point in time and everything. So talking to tracks the full time. So this the off season is just as busy as the regular season.
I gotcha.
Yeah,
I hear you, man. I hear you.
yeah,
So let's talk about Texas. Well, let me ask you this question first. So how Texas, it's PRI or not PRI, Power I,
yeah.
and so how are you involved with Power I?
So, the way we're involved with Power Eye is they're basically our sanctioning body outside of the series. So basically, what they provide for
Okay.
us and our drivers, what they provide is insurance. Basically, the guys who race with us pay for a membership through us through Power Eye, and it gets them I think it's $100,000 secondary insurance policy. So if say we go to a
Okay.
track and something happens and the track's insurance and your insurance doesn't pay for everything um because of the wreck, then this secondary insurance policy will come and kick in and pay the rest
Okay.
up to $100,000.
That sounds pretty awesome, actually.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
it's
you
definitely
know,
it's definitely a saving grace in case again, it's a saving grace if your insurance isn't good or anything like that, you know, kind of thing, and something
right.
happens. You know, so
Yeah.
it's definitely a good deal, and basically it helped us be a part of the Lake Ozark, the Power Ice Stock Bond Nationals a couple of weeks ago. Or again at the end of September, we were part of that. Again, that was more of a show for the weekly classes to make a little extra money than what they usually would. And then now we're coming to Texas where it's championship weekend for us for the 410 sprints through Power Eye. It should be a really good weekend of racing.
Oh yeah. I'm super excited about it. And there's some mods there too, right? Modifieds?
Yeah,
So it's
USRA,
late models, sprint cars, modified?
yeah, it's a USRA. It's the Arms Tour. I think it's American Racer Modified Series. So USRA mods,
Okay.
our late model series, and then 410 sprints. So wing sprints. So it should be action packed. It should be a great weekend of racing.
Yeah, I'm super excited about it, man. I really am. So talk to me about the points thing. So how's that going right now? So Kylan Gardner, I know he's in the lead.
Yeah,
So how's
Kylan.
that shaking out? Do you guys crown him there if he
So
wins, or the winner if they win,
yeah,
like a
so we'll
points, or do
we'll
you do that at the banquet?
we'll crown we'll probably do like a picture with the like a that says season champion and everything like that there, but we will
Right.
have a larger banquet where a lot of the awards and stuff like that get given to all the drivers. You know, we've got awards
Okay.
for um about every position and everything like that, along with our points fund. Currently, Kylan's leading it. Chris Bragg's in second, and Brandon's in third, and then my brother is in fourth. Um, and it looks like it should shake out close to that. It again, knock on wood, in any circumstance could happen. It could change in an instant,
Right.
kind of thing. But it's that's what it's looking like currently. But again, anything can
Okay.
happen. Anything can happen.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Now, do you have you got any idea of a car count yet, or is it too early for that?
No,
I'm
there's
trying
an
to get some
expected
breaking news.
there's an expected car count. I've messaged I've messaged in the past week, well, it's been the past week because I was trying to get people to Caney, and also while I was getting people to Caney, I was trying to get people to Texas at the
Right.
same time. So I got a little jump on it and everything like that. I've messaged over 125 drivers in between Texas, Arkansas, Louisiana, Kansas, Missouri, Colorado, even Nebraska. And of those 125, we're between 40 and 50 right now. So
Nice.
and it should
Oh,
and it's a good group. I'll say it. It's a good group. I can't release names, because we do the whole stuff
that's fine.
weekend
Yeah,
of, but
I got
it's
you.
a pretty good group of drivers. Yeah.
That's
And
awesome,
there's
folks. Go down to the dirt track at Texas Motor Speedway,
mm,
November 7th and 8th, right?
yep, yep, November
Or
7th and
yeah,
8th.
November 7th and 8th.
Yep. And
Yeah, get down there to the dirt track at Texas Motor Speedway.
and this is honestly, there's like, even outside of just drivers, there's some big industry professionals going to be down there. We've heard that corporate people from corporate people from Hoosier could be there. Or not Day. Sorry,
Nice.
American Racer. Sorry, Days who's the dealer, the main dealer down here, and that's who's been talking to us. But they said there could be people from American Racer Corporate, people. The Smiley's side has said there could be people from Hoosier Corporate down there. Our big sponsors will be down there this weekend. So it's turning out to be a large event, not just a race. So it's going to be a very
That
interesting.
sounds great, man.
Yeah, yeah. So, but yeah,
Yeah,
no,
I am. I am super excited. I've been waiting for it for a while, and
yeah, yeah,
I got my hotel locked down and everything, so I'm good to go. So
yeah.
I'm
Well,
ready to head out, man. I wish it was tomorrow.
yeah, you're better off than us still. We usually wait till the week of to find hotels and Airbnbs because Mother Nature. You don't want to do anything too early, but weather looks great next weekend. Looking like it's going to be in the 80s, like highs in the
Yeah,
80s, so should be
yeah.
very very nice
Knock on
weekend for
wood.
racing. Yeah, 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 yeah. And that
Yeah,
track, I
but
don't know if you've seen it.
I found a hotel down there. I found a hotel down there that I could cancel on the 6th.
Oh yeah,
I could
yeah.
get a full refund.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's pretty nice.
that facility though, like, I've never been, but I've looked at pictures and I've looked at, like, the aerial view. Like, that facility looks amazing. Like, it's like
It does.
concrete pits, like, the stadium looks like a NASCAR level race stadium for that track, you know? I'm
Yes,
excited just to be
that
there,
grandstand's
Not
huge.
even yeah, the racing is just like icing on the cake. Just being there is cool, kind of thing. So, yeah, that's what
Yeah,
I'm just.
yeah,
I could have
absolutely.
never told you when we started this series. Yeah, we'll at the end of our second year, we'll be finishing the season at Texas Motor Speedway. That's the big thing there. Like, I just like I get goosebumps talking about it, kind of thing. So,
Yeah, it's
but
awesome, man. It
yeah,
really is. I am. I'm super excited about it. I'm super excited for you guys,
yeah,
to be at this point. And man, I hope it just continues to just grow,
yeah,
grow, grow, grow. I
yeah,
I really do. I mean,
yeah,
I really love what you guys do, and I'm
yeah.
glad you're getting some good late model racing over here in our part of the world.
Yeah. I think it's just again, it's about it. Jake and I have said this since the beginning. It's about how we do things. It's the fact that, like, we put the racer first, and we think about what the racer needs, and then we put the track next, and then we put ourselves. So there's things that we do that kind of hurt us in the on the bottom line, but we know it's going to grow the brand and it's going to grow the name. Um, like one of the things is our driver loyalty program. We looked at how other larger series do what they do, and we liked what Hunt the Front does with their driver loyalty program, and we was like, okay, what can we do with that? And like what they're doing, what can we do with what we have access to make that happen? So like our driver loyalty program, the top 5 in points on that are part of the driver loyalty program, they get free entry. Because that's something we can control. You know,
Nice.
yes, it hurts our
Yeah.
bottom line, but it helps that racer keep on going from track to track to track to track. And then with
Yeah.
Sunoco coming on board, those guys get a free 5 gallons of fuel each weekend that we race. And again, just another thing that
Nice.
helps that driver go from track to track. Then
Right.
we're also a Hoosier dealer, a American Racer dealer, and a Sunoco fuel dealer. So we basically, for those guys who are part of our driver loyalty program, we give them discounted pricing on that stuff. So that way, like you're supporting
Okay.
us, we're going to support you as much as we can, and give you benefits for supporting us. And it even comes down to there's nights, and Texas is an example of this. We're taking the entry fees that we bring in that weekend and we're putting them back in the purse. That's how it is 2,500 to win, 500 to start, and 4,500 to win and 500 to start, is because we're taking that money and putting it back in the
That's
purse
awesome.
for that weekend to make it more special for that championship weekend than what it than what it than just a regular night. Sometimes you get these end of the year stuff and the series just plays a regular amount. Well, that doesn't make it special. So we're at here looking like, how do we make it so where these drivers, on top of being at Texas Motor Speedway, that's special, but how do we make it so where they're making a little
Yeah.
bit more because they're going to Texas Motor Speedway? So that's what we step
Yeah.
back, and that's Jacob being a driver and me saying, well, this is what we can do, and just coming up with that and saying,
Yeah.
okay, let's do it this way. And yeah, again,
Yeah.
it hurts our bottom line, but it helps the driver. And if we keep helping the drivers, it'll eventually come back to helping us. Um,
Yes, sir.
that's that's what like I, that's what how the whole Nutrient Ag Solutions sponsorship came about. Is we had a race out in Longdale last year, and a couple of the Western Kansas guys came down and tried to run with us. And basically, um, we got done with hot laps. We were trying to get qualifying out. It started raining on us. We brought the cars in from qualifying. It looked like it was going to slow down the rain, and we were like, okay, let's get cars out there, start packing, and everything like that. Then it downpoured. So the guys who went out there and packed in the rain, went around, and a couple of them were the Western Kansas guys, and we gave them $100 just for helping out, trying to get the show in, like, because that's what we're there to do.
Yeah.
We're trying to put on a show for the crowd. And if these guys went out, spent their gas to try to help pack that track in, because race fuel's not cheap, you know. So given, especially what these late model
Right.
guys are
Yeah.
using, so if we can just give them $100, it helps with that fuel, that they try to use to help with us. Well, that went up from that guy who, and I'll say who it is. It Jason Rogers. He's out of Selden, Kansas. He was down there. He went back up to those guys, those tracks out in Western
I
Kansas.
I know him.
Yeah, yeah. Those guys went up. He went back up and talked to those tracks in Western Kansas and said, "Dude, these guys are the real deal. They stick to their word. They do what they say they're going to do." And it just spread. And the a lot of those tracks are connected to the Nutrient Ag Solutions people out there, and that's what kind of started up the sponsorship on that side. So it's just about us being
That's awesome.
truthful to what we say we're going to do and doing it. Kind of thing. So, um,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, no, I again,
That's cool.
unbelievable where we're at, kind of thing comparatively, just knowing we started last year. So, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's awesome, man. I'm a huge fan of your series, and you know
Yeah,
that. I am.
yeah,
Um, and I do. I want to see it get bigger and bigger and better and better. And I'm excited about the future, man.
oh, yeah,
Hopefully everything goes really well.
yeah,
I really do hope so.
yeah,
And I am super excited about this weekend at Texas. So,
yeah.
yeah, for any drivers that, may be watching this, I'm sure everybody knows about it, but if somebody doesn't, could you tell them exactly what's going on the 7th and 8th at Texas Motor Speedway?
Yeah, so it's, 2 complete events, the 7th and 8th. On Friday, we're running for, 2,500 to win, 500 to start. On Saturday, we're running for 4,500 to win, 500 to start. Pays well going back through the field. All of our shows do. That's kind of one of those things we've gotten known for. I think you had, Kukendile on your show, and he even mentioned
Yeah.
how well it pays back on our purses, and how he likes
Yes.
running with us because of that. It should be again 3 classes, super late models, 410 sprints, and USRA modifieds. I think we're running our normal regular show, qualifying for position. Something we do different than a lot of other series is we put top 6 from qualifying it straight into the feature in a pole dash, and they fight out for the top 6 positions in the feature. A lot of
That's
people
awesome.
that's a little different. Something that was one of those things where we were like, how do we differentiate ourselves from other series and everything like that? And that's what we came up with. So it kind of sounded like something like sprint cars would do. So we, we run in sprint cars into the late model world, So
Awesome. Yeah.
uh, just trying something different. But yeah, no, it should be a pretty good overall weekend. Yeah, no, I don't know. Texas Motor Speedway, the track's right there next to the NASCAR track.
Yeah.
I guess there's a third track down there too that's smaller than the one we're going to be on. So should be a good weekend.
Okay.
Yeah,
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 man. It does sound great. Now, I know normally in a revival race, you're super busy.
oh
I mean, I've seen you race directing. You're going
yeah,
all night long. Are you race directing next week, that
yes.
weekend?
Yes, so I'll be
Okay.
on the ground all night long. I, my role is different from racetrack to racetrack, depending on who we have there with us. So
Okay.
uh, some nights I'm tech man, sometimes I'm the corner person. It just depends. But even in between races, I'm at every single different. Like I'm talking to drivers, making sure everything's going good and everything. So it's different from track to track. But no, I am all over the track for
I
sure.
gotcha. I gotcha. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
lucky.
I mean, I've seen you. I mean, you're freaking going all night.
Yeah, yeah. Um, I've got a good
Definitely.
staff. Yeah, I've got a good staff behind me. Courtney, who's up in the tower, she's kind of more of the race director. I'm more of the series director of it. But she does timing. She does talks to the drivers over the receiver, everything like that. So no,
Okay.
and we got some great track officials, people like great announcer, Bob Spencer. He's been doing it forever. He announced at Caney Valley Speedway when my grandpa and grandma ran the track. So like we've known him forever.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So and it's a really a family and family friends run series. A lot of the people
That's awesome.
who run it are part of our family. We've known for years. The only kind of outsider is our flagman, Chris Loberg. He lives in Arkansas, but he's from like Iowa or somewhere up north. They call him Yankee
Yankee
Chris.
Chris.
Yeah, Yankee Chris.
I met Yankee Chris at the Fight Like a Kid race down at KMS
Yeah,
when they had that, and
yeah,
I've got he's going to come on the podcast at some point, but I
yeah,
don't know when.
yeah,
So
yeah,
I don't know. I've got to get a hold of him and get it scheduled. So, but
yeah,
I know him. I sure do.
yeah. Yeah, no, he's a good guy. He is something. He's something. He gets energetic about flagging. If you've ever watched him up there on the flag stand, he gets crazy in there. So,
Yes.
and him and
Yeah,
him and
man.
our him and our him and our announcer Bob, they go at it too. Like they'll talk and kind of do back and forth between him being on the flag stand and everything,
Yeah.
and like he'll give Bob the black flag if he says something he doesn't like or anything like that. So they get at it, you know. It just makes it part of the
Yeah.
show a little better, you know, a little more entertainment.
Yeah. He is a showman. I mean, he really is. I
Yeah,
watched him do. I mean, he's good. I like him. He's a good dude
yeah,
too. I
yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'll try to get a hold of him and get him on here before next weekend. We'll
Oh
see
yeah,
about that. That'd be a good one
no,
too.
he would do it.
But
Yeah, no, he's got stories. Him and Bob both have stories because they've been around racing forever. So they've got some pretty
yeah,
good stories. Yeah. So
yeah, yeah.
you can
But
talk it
well, Tyler, man,
forever.
I've had you. Yeah, I've had you on here for quite a while. I'm going to let you get off here.
All right.
Um, uh, so November 7th, 8th,
Yep.
Texas, the dirt track at Texas Motor Speedway,
Yep.
um, championship weekend,
Yep.
and everybody that can get down there to that. It's going to be awesome,
Yeah.
super awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Tyler, man, I appreciate you coming on here. I've been wanting to get you on
Yeah.
camera.
Yeah.
Like I said, something beside your
Yeah.
legs, because that's the only thing.
Yeah.
The first time I was going, I didn't know what I was doing, and I like
Yeah.
didn't hit record, and I thought
Yeah.
I was hitting record at the very end, and I was walking away, and that's all I got
Yeah.
from your legs.
Yeah.
I'm like, I got to get him back on here.
Yeah. No.
But
No, it happens. You know, technical difficulties. We have it in racing too. So
I have a lot of them. I have a lot of technical difficulties.
yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
but yeah, no joke, Tyler. Thanks for coming on here, man. It was super good talking to you. And I mean, I'm sure we'll do this again down the road somewhere. But
Oh yeah.
um, I'm excited about seeing y'all, weekend after next, the 7th and 8th.
Yeah.
That's going to be super fun.
All right. Sounds good. See you then.
All right. See you, Tyler.
Yeah. Bye.